Hello everyone, Shumux here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. We continue more or less where we left off, and that is the Kerbal Space Telescope. We still got a few planets to look at. I wanted to do this originally in between episodes, but I suppose we can do that together, no problem. And I would like to start assembling a station, or rather, start with the core. But first we need to make sure we got the, what's it called? The parts right. That's what. So we're gonna set this as target. We did set an asteroid as target last time around. I'm gonna need to open the GUI. Gonna drag that over here. And I need to open this bay, I think. Engage asteroid scanner. Let's see what we can do. Oh, there is something here. Hang on. Asteroid camera 2. Aperture is open. Why am I not still seeing anything? There's... Oh, and... Okay, it's not MacJap. I think. And I'm not, I'm not quite sure why it's, so bad in terms of performance all of a sudden. Maybe it has to do with this? I'm not sure. And I'm not seeing that asteroid despite it being so close. Asteroid camera is in. Uh, oh. Oh. Now it suddenly works again. Must have been the asteroid scanner. Good to know. Might not use it again. Okay. Let's set dress as target. And, where is it? This one should be it. That's the wide field camera, yep. There we go. We have a look at dress. Not exactly stable. Let's process this data. 192, wonderful. Good, we can take a look at the next target, which would be a Jewel. I think Elo is a little bit too far out. And we're gonna focus the view on Jewel. After all, Jewel has several moons that we can look into as well, I hope. So we can see Jewel, more or less. There it... What? There. Something is putting itself in front. Looks like we can only look at Jewel this way. It shouldn't be the sun that's in the way. We can still look at it for 192 science. Let's speed the transmission up a little bit. There we go. Transmit data. Next, let's look at Lathe. Set as his target. This is not exactly how I remember Lathe looking like. But we can still look at it for 256 science. I'm gonna speed that a little bit up. There we go. transmit that data. Are we looking for electricity? Wonderful. That's good. Next target would be a Val. Set this as target. There's Val. Or should be. Can still process the data for 256 science. It's just too bad we can't actually look at it. I don't know why. But that's another 256 science. So next up, Tylo. Let's try to look at Tylo. We still don't see anything. Oh. That's strange. Can you process the data? No. Can we do it now? Yep, for 256 science. So once again, speed the processing up. And send that over. Next one. Bob. And set as target. Scope not zoomed in far enough. I suppose Bob is a little too far out. What about Paul? I don't think it's going to work, but who knows. Nope. So I suppose that would be it. Dress is most, not Dress. Ilu is most definitely too far out. So let's turn off Smartass. And close the aperture. And we go back to the Space Center. Okay, let's see what we can unlock in terms of building a space station. Okay, research. High performance fuel systems, that is actually not the one. Advanced metalworks. We've got some decouplers here. We've got a Hub Max. I don't think that's the big one. How about miniaturization? That give me more experiments, but it's quite costly as well. 550 would almost be half of what we have now. Same goes for advanced metalworks. A cluster bomb. And an Abrams cannon. Of course we can install that on a space station. Why not? This would be quite good. Then we have the advanced grabbing unit to grab some asteroids here and there. Landing struts would be nice as well. Mark II Clampertron, large landing gear. You know what? Let's go get it. And then look at composites. Okay, that is just interstage adapters docking ports. That's a 5-meter docking port. I think that's a bit too much. Fuel flow breaker. Airlock system, that would have been nice. A Jaden bomb! Why not? We can make an orbital bomb platform. Then there's of course OPT spaceplane parts. Thing is, propulsion. We need some better propulsion. That costs 160. Precision propulsion. That is for the RCS. That's a big Separatron. VTOL. Rocket pod. Maverick missile. What to get? I really would like to get the OPT spaceplane parts for 160. But I don't really have the engines necessary for it yet. That is the problem. I could go for advanced landing, I suppose. What about here? Specialized electronics. Radiators one wouldn't be bad. Same as the capacitors. The capacitors work like batteries, that they can store charge, but you have to activate them so they decharge. So basically they are I'd say it is a way to make sure you always have electricity. Even if your batteries run dry, as long as you have a capacitor, you still have a reserve. So I think they are pretty good. Antenna upgrade, solar cell upgrade. Ah, right, that is from the probe mod. What else do we get? Thermal control systems. Some photovoltaic panels, but we already have photovoltaic panels. We don't have enough for this one, but that's not a problem. We can use that. Maybe in the next episode or so. So, I suppose it just costs 160. Let's go get this. Then we have for 300 fairing bases, pedal adapters, which is pretty damn awesome. You can make an Apollo style mission with that. You have the chine caps, engine shrouds, circular intakes, nose caps. We still have only 292, so I suppose that'll be good enough. You know what? Let's go get this one and see how this is going. Yeah. Looking good. We're getting some good boosters here. Vernier pods. Bigger SAS modules. RCS. Monopropellant tank, that is nice for the Mark II and the Mark III. Definitely worth getting. A-way nose cone. Fit the Mark II Cobra. Sounds interesting. Okay, let's start building the core of the station. And usually, when I build a space station, the core is usually vertical. But I think I would like to go with a horizontal core this time around. So let's see. Look at the pots. Do we have... We don't. We don't have the cupola. But I think we can use... Where is it? I've seen it just a second ago. There it is. The Freya command pod. It's a bit big though. That should do. We are going to need... That's a bit too small. How about putting a reaction wheel on here? Plus a docking port. That's 1.25 meters. If we have anything bigger than that, it would be nice. We have the docking port senior, that's good. Did I have another one? The one from KW Rocketry? I wonder. I'm not seeing it though. So I guess I'm gonna put one of those guys on. That's a birthing mechanism. That's the docking port. Passive. And for passive, we of course have to use an active counterpart, so we can dock in space. Two passives do not work. Two actives do not work. You need a passive and an active. And how this one is working, the manual one, I have no idea. Intended to mate with passive counterparts. That's what is written. Oh, I see. That's for the Z1 truss. Z1 truss. I see. Okay. Good. That is for the command capsule. We need... How are we looking? We don't have reactors yet. Let's take a look at the structural. We should have unlocked this one. We can turn that up to 2.5 meters, I suppose, but the capsule is still a bit too big. How to best fit that in? How about like this? Ah, that looks shitty. I might not use that one after all. And I can't put it away anymore. Oh, I can. Okay, let's take a look. I suppose we can go with a normal pod to mark 1, 2 right here. Once again. That's a passive one. Then we are going to need... Gonna put on a bigger one this time around. Nope, no, not that. Reactionary module, here. Then we are going to need some RCS. Where's the other tank? There we go. We are going to need some electricity, which means we need batteries. At least one of those guys has 4,000 charge. And we are going to need... I suppose I'm gonna put those guys on an extra truss that we are gonna fly over within the next few episodes. I need something smaller. Scale that down. Put it in like this. Yeah, I suppose that would work. So that's one that tracks the sun, so no problem. RCS. Heavy RCS. I suppose that will work. Put that like this. What we are going to need next is utility. Where is it? A hitchhiker storage container. Do we even have that? Let's search for it, because I really don't know. We don't have that. Okay, living in the capsule it is, I suppose. But we still have the habitation modules. It's not a problem. That one is for... Let's see. That was the one, right? Yeah. That is for... 4? 4 bunks with associated personal storage lockers, which means that should be for 4 people. What else do we have? This one would be better, I suppose. Maybe not. I need one with 4 on all sides. Then again, I suppose if I'm going horizontal, Having one on the belly would be nice. Then we could have a shuttle port down here. But I would also like to have one up here. So do I have one that goes 4 ways? I wonder. That doesn't go anyway. There's just 3-way. That's just 1 way. This is bad. Then again, now that I think about it, we still have that guy, right? So we could still have the shuttle pod going from here, the reactor going here, and then we have some... We can put some solar panels on, or some laboratories put on here and all that. Yeah, we can do that, no problem. Though this is a little bit close to this guy. You know what? This is just the core. May not need this one. Let's put it on. What the hell? Then we are going to need the coupling. Gonna use the Clampetron Seniors for this. That's a vanilla docking port. It's nice and big. Gives more stability for connected modules. And for this one I'm going to use... I suppose we could use the normal Clampetrons, but they don't look all that great. Let's see. That would actually look better, but I'm not sure this would actually work. Then we have the shielded docking ports. Yeah, that's clipping through, isn't it? Oh, you know what? Let's go with the normal ones. Yeah, it should work. I think. We'll find out in due time. So, we're gonna need more RCS, of course. Where to put you? I suppose we can put you here. And using this as the center point, more or less. This is for the shuttle port. And maybe I'm gonna use these guys for... Maybe I can use that for little shuttles, you know? One-way shuttles. But then I'm gonna need to elongate this one a little bit, which means I'm going to put in one of you guys. But that looks funny. Module and cap. That looks even more funny. But I think I can move that up a little bit to make it a little bit more seamless, like this. Then maybe I can put a cap on this or something like that. Oh, there's the one. 3.575 meters at depth there. The docking ring, the big one, the really big one. I might use that for the interplanetary ship I'm planning on building somewhere, sometime, someday in this series. So this is so far so good. Oops. I meant to grab these guys. And place them, come on, 4 of you. Place them down here. And then an end cap. Must be a cap here somewhere. It looks stupid. Maybe in here? Doesn't look like it. Oh, there's one. Note cover. There we go. That looks better. So I'm gonna need some lights here. I hope I have some lights. No, that's not the right one. Utility. We've got some lights. Do we have any surface lights? That is the question. Yes, we do. Surface mounted spotlights. I'd like to have 2 of them here. 1 of them here to illuminate the docking ports. And then I need some of these down here. Let's see, maybe we can use the other lamps. How about these illuminators? Should be okay. Good, we practically have all we need. What we need to do now, of course, is build a rocket. But I'm gonna do that quickly off camera and I'll be back. So, that should work, I hope. I've been turning on, of course, crossfeed this time around. I hope this is going to crossfeed into the center stage then. I have 4 liquid boosters, which should feed into the center stage, and this is a 2-stage design. And I've been putting up a protective shell around it. It looks like a dildo, but who cares? And yeah, that should hopefully work. And I'm using these space-wide decouplers. Those are the real big ones, and which means I don't need separatrons. Speaking of separatrons, I've been coupling this to make sure the core, the horizon core, is not pushed away. I just gonna decouple this in space, no problem. But for this one I definitely need Yellowish motors. So let's put those on real quick. Max amount. Staged like this. Good. And going up is January Kerman, our pilot. So let's launch this. I'd like to bring this into a 200 kilometer orbit. 200 should be okay. It's still above horizon, the Skylab. It's not too close, not too far. 200 is okay. So, SAS on, full throttle. Engine ignition and lift off. So far it's stable. It's wobbling around a little bit. And doesn't look like this is feeding in at all. Oh, it is feeding in. Oh, is it? Yep, it is feeding in. Wonderful. And let's start with the gravity turn. Five kilometers. Seven. 10 kilometers. Gravity turn is going well so far. We are still on course. 15 kilometers. Perhaps it says 35. So far it's stable. We are a bit fast. So let's take that down a notch. 56. Current height 30. Should level out a little bit more. Speed is okay. We're not too fast, not too slow. 40 kilometers, I suppose we can go full throttle now. 1500 meters per second, APRAPS at 80. Let's level that a little bit more out. 100 kilometer. Okay. Looks like it didn't work after all. What the hell? Okay, it's wobbling a little bit. Get rid of that. Turn on the lights. 150, 160, 70, 80, 90, cut off. Can use the RCS to maneuver now. It's a little bit too heavy. Time to open the solar panels. It's nice to have tracking solar panels. Good. Maneuver. Circularization for 200. There we go. Seven minutes. Burn time 10 seconds. We burn at 5. Electricity is looking good. RCS is looking good so far. I don't want to use too much. Okay. Warp here. That should get us close enough. Good. Seven, 6, 5. And cut off. There we go. Turn RCS off. Decouple that node. Let's push that a little bit away. 2-1, 2-1. That's not bad. Okay. I still need RCS. It's a bit heavy. Okay, how to put you? Like this. Yep, for the port here. There we go. Gonna turn you broke rate. She's good enough to do that. So, this is the Horizon core so far. There are going to be quite a few modules here. I want living quarters, I want science modules, I want solar panels to reactors, and of course the shuttle docking port and all that, but that is something we can do in another episode. So, as always, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider to like, share and subscribe. And I hope I'm going to see you next time. Until then, stay safe.